Mina. Hi. It's just the first time I ever got this many views on a live. I'll try to. Let me just look for first because I'll try to make um wait. I hmm, okay. Wait, by Lily Love Rose, do you mean braids? Mm, okay, I'm gonna make her next drawing when I finish this one. Mhm. I'm gonna make her out. I'm gonna make Lily Love Birds after this drawing and just finish it quickly. Oh crap! For real? Like you're right. She's very nice. That's why she's my favorite character. Okay, now let me just go over here and let me just figure out what Lovebirds looks like. Mm. Hello, Andrea's world. I don't know. Really? Oh my god. Okay. That's nice. I mean, like, he's a good character. Oh, that's a really good character. I don't know how to draw hair. I think I'm gonna do this. I mean, I think he got like 15 seconds of screen time, Pianosaurus. How do I draw? Um, yeah, I think this is how you draw. You mean like 30 seconds? Mm. See, we we having problems drawing this grade. Let me just add a bit more. So 1.5 seconds for Pianosaurus. Okay. So big braid. Turn on the lights. But really? Who's there? Hello, Roland. I'm gonna color this. I wanna wake him up. I think you go next like this. Um, then I think I'm gonna draw the ears. You IP and source. What?
Past rice
I was
fields and clusters of
I'm doing a
woodland
live stream. Hmm?
where the asphalt gave way to gravel and dirt. I drove my old pickup for nearly 2 hours. The engine rocked the hills. The elevation wasn't particularly high, just enough for the air to cool and thin slightly. But the road that led there was a narrow, winding mass. I had to use my foot on the gas, keeping both hands firm on the wheel to keep the truck from skidding off the cliffside.
Oh,
I parked near a cluster of pines where the trail ended, killed the engine, and listened for a moment to the hum of cicadas and the distant rush of water. The air smelled of sap and damper. From there, it was a steady walk uphill.
I don't think I can say my name.
Looking sharply down Elegant, where it crossed a shallow stream back through the valley.
Okay, I think that looks good.
The water was full and clear, curling around my ankles as I waited for a bite. As I waited,
Last time I got bullied.
a small clump and a
Ooh, big gap.
I leaned closer and reached in, my fingers brushing against the cold metal. When I pulled it out, I saw that it was one of those cheap imitation gold ones that might have. The shine was long gone, but a faint yellow gleam still clung stubbornly to its edges. I turned it over in my hand, thumb tracing the worn grooves and the flickering surface.
On YouTube, I used to get like a lot of haters who used to like come to my channel and attack me.
Torn scraps of fabric, a dented bracelet.
It's because I'm like young, apparently.
Faded and edges chipped from years of neglect. I even found a gold ring once, dulled by mud and time. I remember how he had snatched it from me without a word and hurled it straight back into the river. Don't pick
I'm
up,
not showing myself.
you do what you. He had said once, the words still sharp in my head. Things come down from the hills sometimes. Let's believe them be. I stared at the button for a moment longer, then tossed it back into the water. It sank without a ripple, disappearing as if it had never been there at all. After half an hour of waiting, I finally caught two medium-sized mujar for dinner. I gutted them on a flat rock, leaving careful leaves for roasting later. It wasn't until I bent down to rinse the fish guts from my fingers that I noticed a faint sting between my toes. I looked down and saw three fat leeches, slick and black, clinging stubbornly to my skin. Dang it, I muttered under my breath. I sat on a rock and tried to grab them off, but they clung tighter, their bodies swelling slightly with each drop that they drank.
The face is cute.
I took a pinch of salt from my rucksack and sprinkled it over them. They writhed and loosened, falling back into the stream one by one, leaving thin trails of blood that swirled away in the current.
Counting your blessings multiple their abundance. Fortune cooking.
Shook resin scent.
Oh,
The path up through the shallow gully carved
oh.
over the river, narrow and uneven. Its narrow floor is streaked with red clay and scattered stone, with rocks and ferns jutting out along the sides and wild grass growing between them.
Yeah, I think that has good.
And sometimes, when the river swelled past in front of the turning the gully into a fast, churning stream. But now it was mostly dry. Just a few damp patches and the faint smell of water lingering in the air. I followed it uphill, stepping over roots and loose stones, until the ground leveled out again near the cornfield. And by then, the sky had turned to dim cover, the last light bleeding softly through the haze. The cornfield lay atop a gentle knoll, circles, clearing, where the old treehouse stood like a quiet sentinel above the golden skies. From up there, the view stretched across the rippling field and down toward the north, where the land sloped lazily toward a stream that I had stopped by earlier in the day. Where the
Oh my God, 22 views.
through a narrow band
Oh,
of weeds that shimmered in the afternoon.
no.
The air smelled faintly of sunlight.
This looks good.
Distance, the cicadas droned in the trees that lined the foothills. My treehouse stood on a crooked trunk in the center of the field, offering a clear view of the whole clearing and the darkening forest.
Now wait, you guys.
I climbed up into the treehouse and looked around. The small map was still there in the corner, and the old Indian lantern swaying gently in the breeze. Even the weathered wooden chest, the samurai were being left in, packed with musty blankets. That my father and
I don't know how to draw this skirt.
I had screwed the old oil lantern and carefully
Oh,
wiped the
fish.
with the torn, one-stained rag that I had found in the wooden chest. The glass was clear enough that I could almost see the reflection, and the wick was trimmed just right. I felt the tank of kerosene and dilated it.
Brush shaded in.
Someone low the light, I basked in a warm circle of light that pushed back the dimming shadows around me. And then I set up the campfires that my father had made years ago along the edge of the field. A single rope was strung with old tin cans, each stout with a few small rocks. One end I tied to a
Oh, thank
tree in the
you.
forest.
Your beard is beautiful.
The rope was stretched just above the tops of the corn stalks. Set up with the can and
Wait,
clam.
do something really quickly.
Scrape with my hands.
Look, talk quietly because someone is lesbian.
The cans were rattling, clang across the roads, sharp and metallic. To scare off anything breathing too close and wake up the dead. My father used to say that sound carried far
Oh,
back.
no.
It was always wise to remind the forest that somebody was still awake. The fog had already started to roll in from the stream below, sliding between the corn rows like slow, pale smoke. By the time that I spread my mats and sat down, the air had grown damp and cold enough to make my breath visible. My first night was quiet. Too quiet, actually. The forest it usually hums after dark. Crickets, frogs, wind in the
I'll put them not a bit smaller.
I thought maybe it was because of the rain clouds and gathering
Too big.
closing down.
Guess this is a.
I looked around the field for any footprints or signs of animals, but I didn't find anything. The corn stood tall and golden, almost ready for harvest. I'd be picking them by hand.
Yeah, yes, this is nice.
I pick up. By midday, the heat drove into the stream. I waded in up to my knees and set up a simple fish trap that I had made from woven strips, anchored it between two smooth stones with a
I want to
curved
color it soon.
With luck, I would catch a few fish by dusk. Enough for dinner, maybe even breakfast tomorrow. As I tightened the knots and launched the traps,
I mean, yeah, you do.
the faint breeze carried the scent of pine and amber. Everything felt calm, almost.
But now shaded.
It started on the second night. Around midnight, I woke to a sound. Soft and deliberate steps
I
somewhere.
remember one time at school, my teacher was crashing out.
First, I thought it was a wild boar. I pushed myself up lazily and half dragged my feet to the door. Squinting through the light, flickering glow of fire outside. The dog sways gently in the wind, but nothing moved among them.
You know, I'm just searching for my colors.
I reached over and gave him fingers and time.
I don't think I have it.
Wait,
Any purple here?
thinking, damn, I have found two shards.
Nope, I don't think so.
This thing rusting. This
Okay. Okay.
There's something circling the edge of the field. I grabbed and swung my flashlight around.
It's bigger.
One swallowed everything whole. I shouted, "Hey, who's there?"
Oh yeah, I didn't find colors. I want to get that. Look at some colors.
Every few minutes, I found that I heard it again.
I want to.
The core.
Colors, colors. Let me just go on the floor. There. Oh, the floor. This is not. Um,
The snow from that era. There's something. Oh, I thought we were in heaven.
oh,
I sat on the edge of the platform with my legs hanging. Right beside me. I turned off the oil and at the tree. Staring out through the glow of the campfire. The moon hung pale and ghostly behind a veil of thin clouds. After a simple meal of cold rice, grilled figs, and my father's homemade tumble, I sat by the door peeling off one of the wild mangoes that I had picked.
thank you.
Small and green, not the kind you would buy in town, but the kind that grew on old trees deep in the forest. Sweet and almost too stringy to doom. And that's when something caught my eye. Something was standing near the edge of the field. Or maybe it wasn't. At first, I thought it was just the moonlight catching on the stalk. The way the shadows sometimes knit themselves in a strange shape when you stare too long. The longer I looked, the less sure I became. There was a shape there, upright and still, taller than any man I had ever seen. It didn't move at first, just stood there among the trees,
I think this looks nice.
hidden by the bed. The breeze stirred the stalk, and for a moment, by the bed,
Hair's dry.
but maybe that was just my imagination. I looked hard, rubbed my eyes, but it didn't change. It was still there. Its head was tilted slightly, listening or trying to understand something. I couldn't make out a face.
What was in this color again? Oh,
For a moment, I was convinced.
oh yeah, they were like brown, grayish, chocolatey.
But then, even the night seemed to hold its breath. I grabbed my flashlight and blinked and it was gone. The corn rippled for a few
Right.
seconds and went still. I barely slept that night. The next morning, I thought about going home, but pride or maybe fear of ridicule kept me there.
No, again.
I told myself it was just a trick of the light, that I'd been staring too long into the dark.
Maybe I didn't make more purple. These also need purple on floaty.
He had brought food with fresh batteries and 2 cigarette packs. We talked for a while about the
No,
hunger,
again.
sharing slow discount of the stacks for the rest of the day's deal. I didn't tell him what I had seen. I just said that I hadn't been sleeping well. Before we left, he warned me to keep the fire going until morning.
Hello, mine MD.
Period of political unrest and against government.
Thank you.
Then he said, "Don't dare to venture into the part of the kingdom." I
And
rolled
I'm
my
gonna make this big gray.
eyes and stopped thinking about what he had said. Something clicked when my mind returned to the old button that I had found earlier in the river. The river's upstream ran north and deep into the mountainous part of the forest. Whatever relics ended up downstream must have been carried from there. And I remember
I think I forgot one here somewhere. It was like gray. Oh,
it dawned on me that there was something that he had never told me. And by the time the clock struck 9, I was drifting in and out of sleep. My eyes fixed on the glow of my phone. I feel exhaustion finally claimed me. The sound started earlier than usual. About 10.
that's someone.
Oh, my eyes and a cold, crawling anxiety creeping up my spine. It was getting heavy.
Someone.
Outside, a thin drizzle had begun, a soft at first, and then steady, and the temperature dropped sharply. Even before midnight, it sent shivers through my bare arms. The first rumble came from the far side of the people. Then another close.
How do I make color? And yellow. This one. Just look at some of the color. There. Think. Let me just check it out. Well, this might be.
I thought for a fraction of a second, what if it's still that it's into the stalks like a nurse in blood? I think that moved through them, almost slipped into the blood. And I wasn't know it sudden and overwhelming.
That's some
It
yellow.
was earthy, oily, sharp, and sour like rock.
Oh, too much yellow.
What's like? But beneath it, something something mistakeably like a day. My stomach lurched and I got pressing my sleeve. I had to keep it out. Minutes passed and I lost sight of it. The forest began to feel almost black now. Dark like the inside.
That's okay.
Creaking, slow and deliberate. My heart skipped a beat. And that's when it hit me. The fire had died out. It was climbing. The ladder to the treehouse groaned once and then again louder. My chest tightened. I
For
heard
some colors.
the sound
Better with brightness.
testing drawn. I grabbed my phone.
Yeah.
The weak being caught nothing. Just minutes.
I don't know. Now I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. What is your draw?
Away, I ducked it fully from. The laugh groaned again. I shaked at it hard.
Hello.
Shivering under my feet. I
I'm just
stared
look for something else to draw.
at the full bird draw, and then something in me snapped.
What else can I do? Oh yeah, I was just finished drawing the lovebirds.
Smoke in the air stinging my nose. The echo.
Let me just try drawing. Yeah, this one. I will start my personal one. Next page. I'm gonna be drawing.
kind of steady drizzle that makes the world feel happy.
Oh,
I wrap myself in my jacket and listen to the patter of the tarp roof. Around midnight, the rain ease. I must have dozed off because I woke up to see the rats. The air was cool. Iron hung in the air. I turned off the lantern. I crouched and peeked through the gap in the floor. Down below at the base of the tree, something was looking up at me. I couldn't see its face, just the dark outline of its head and shoulders. Slick with rain, its skin so pale that it almost glowed. Its arms.
this is a good start. Yeah.
It didn't move. It just stood there and tilted again like before. Curious. I thought that I could hear breathing, slow and heavy, mixed with the faint sound of dripping water. I scrambled to grab my rifle, hard hammering in my chest, and when I looked again, the thing was gone. One breath fell over me as I fumbled with the lantern, managing to light it in the night. The warm glow spilled across the floorboards, a breath of air in the darkness inside. Fire, the only thing keeping me safe, felt suddenly fall. Too weak to hold back whatever had been there. I
See,
stayed up all
it
night.
looks nice.
The winds were casting a warm, crowded.
What is it?
A rifle sight across my
Yeah.
lap. And it's in the door.
Oh no.
Whispering of wind, making me flinch. The hours stretched endlessly, each one heavier than the last.
Okay, that looks nice, I guess.
In the shadows beyond the clearing, listening for the slightest rustle in the corn. Every sound made my heart jump. Branches snapping, the distant call of a night bird, and the occasional drip of rain from the canopy above. Sleep teased me, hovering just out of reach until finally exhaustion claimed me. I slumped against the corner, rifle still in hand, and the lantern's glow flickered across the floorboards as the first light of dawn cracked.
Next where?
At some point after sunrise, exhaustion hit me like a drug.
Uh,
I stood, and things started changing around me. The air cooler, the shadows stretching long
Yeah.
across the field. It was just a few moments before sunset, and my head throbbed, and my muscles ached, and my stomach relentlessly from hunger.
Control the resilience.
Disoriented. The crimson and orange streaks of the sinking sun painting and clearing in a surreal, almost threatening light. Panic
Oh
rose.
my gosh. Eyes.
Dread that it was far too late to make it back to my car. Any attempt to leave now would be foolish.
Gosh.
That thing, whatever it was.
Here again.
My eyes fell on a ladder leading up to the treehouse, and my stomach tightened. Deep, jagged scratches lined the wood, gouged as if something.
Now, this.
I swallowed hard as my throat crushed, imagining what could have made that. My hands shook as I scrambled to gather dry sticks and branches, moving as fast as I could before the last light disappeared.
Oh my god.
I piled them a little closer to the treehouse and spread my. Sparks flared as smoke curled upward into fire caught with a crackle. I crouched close, shooting the flame from the wind, fanning it.
Here now I'm gonna do it.
The air smelled of sap and wet earth. I whispered a silent plea for the rain.
Oh my god, is that a cat in the box?
Whatever I ate the night before, watching from the shadows within the treehouse and the provoked by my presence, seeing me up close and awakened something curious, bold, and hungry. And now it was only a matter of time before it returned.
And then I will. Why does the eye still look like that?
And suffocating black. By fire, the only barrier between me and the shadows beyond, leapt into the sky, setting sparks swirling like startled fireflies. The heat was intense, washing over my face and arms and making me
Yeah.
between my eyes. And then I climbed back up into the treehouse, slowing the door shut and secured the latch with the burnt clay. I sank onto the small mat and rifled across the room. The fire crackled below and the wind whispering through the corn. I tried to force down some of the leftover food my cousin had brought. Stale rice and a bit of dried fish. I needed something in me, some strength for whatever might come crawling back to
You're gonna have, I'm gonna draw the moon like this.
If I could survive the first and I would sprint down the hill and never look back and face me at my thumb.
I guess I look nice. I was cutting in the moon.
I walked to a heavy, silence, listening in from every direction. I would immediately fumble for the phone. Desperately that it was closer to dawn. 2:15 a.m.
I think this makes it look more weird.
The missiles still moving from hours of tension and exhaustion. The silence was so absolute that it made my own heart feel thunderous in my ears. I grabbed my rifle, danced through the sweat, and crept through the narrow gap between the wooden boards. Outside, the fire that I intended to died. Only a few stubborn embers clung to the last burning smoke of bread that I fed, sending tiny sparks that spiraling into the night air.
I really like the color gradient.
Shadows across the clearing, making the corn stalks the
Alright, but okay. Bye.
moon
Bye, Stan Yazi.
figures swept between the trees, blending almost seamlessly with the evening night. It moved with an unnatural smoothness, gliding over the corn stalks like a living shadow, a mass of black smoke hovering just above the plants. I fumbled for the door, my hands trembling as I lifted the latch and swung open.
You guys can see me type. You can.
Lifted my rifle, cocked it with shaking hands, and screamed at the top of my lungs. Leave me alone. I aimed at the approaching figure, and my finger tightened on the trigger. The first shot poured through the night with a deafening bang. Echoing across
It's shaded.
the thing hesitated for a fraction of a second, unsure, but it didn't stop. It kept moving closer.
What is Y3, Y5?
Its food past the highest corn stalks. Rattling benefits, they swayed in its weight. And now the thing froze.
Wait, let me just search it up.
See it more clearly and more fully. It resembled what I had always imagined a shadow.
Let's search it up. Wait. 3Y5. 3Y5.
Swirly and smooth like humanoid form.
Oh,
It didn't have a face, not really.
is this a math? Oh, your code word.
I couldn't comprehend. I didn't know what else to call it. I spun around and stumbled for the
Okay.
shooting so hard that I could barely get the latch open. The lid slammed back
I
against
think I need some whiteboard. But I didn't cut it.
the candles and a few makeshift torches.
Oh, I almost forgot that I have markers. And everything for pencil.
Kerosene tin that I kept by the wall was filling almost half of it in my haze. The sharp, oily smell filled the air as I poured, soaking the rags until they dripped. My breath came out quick and shallow. The first match snapped between my trembling fingers. The second flared bright.
What has stitches? And then
I let the first engine stumble toward the door. For a second, I just stood there, staring out into these swaying stalks and the deep darkness beyond. And then I threw the torch as hard as I could.
oh yeah. Hello.
Flame flashing against the stalks. Shadows twisting and lurching like
I'm gonna post a video of 3 It's like 16, you'll see it before everyone. Consider yourself lucky. Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
I could only watch and realize with wonder as the baby evolved, its shadowy hand wall breaking on itself from long. I had another torch and another, also one toward the narrow the left. Another toward the far.
Wait, what? You will post it in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay. Thank you.
Without thinking, I hurled it toward the shadow. Figures it slithered into the clearing.
Fine. Okay. Luckily, I have a bunch of other accounts.
Moments, a small clearing was swallowed by roaring wolves of fire. And black smoke grew upward, choking the air and swallowing
I think that looks nice right there.
the inferno crackled and hissed around me. And that's when it hit me.
Yeah, I wanna-
Finding feature anymore. I was trapped in my own funeral pyre. The flames looked closer, the heat unbearable. Smoke staining my eyes, and I realized with a sinking, sickening dread that the very fire that I had recklessly unleashed, the fire that I thought would protect me, was now a cage. I moved fast, too fast, and I didn't even think.
Oh,
I jumped up
where that one?
was underneath with a sickening crack. Pain shot on my leg like electricity.
Thank you, Angelina.
Blurring with hot tears and blood. For a moment, I couldn't even breathe.
Thank you
Peace since I was around.
so much.
Finally out. Flames in every direction. Fear and very high.
I wonder what music's gonna be like tomorrow.
Applying, searing, anger, and merciless. Every breath has scalded my
Thank
throat.
you.
Good job, I thought bitterly.
Oh my gosh, I messed up the proportions.
Curious to the chaos.
Anyways, I'm just gonna do this.
Sweet smell drifting through the smoke. You grown corn. The scent hit me like a happy memory. Summer evenings in the field with my father and brother. The laughter, the smell of grilled corn smothered in melted cheese.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I'm a cosplay of you with my friends. You're doing so good. Thank you.
I turned my head to the right. Got the wall of flames made up the smoker path leading out of the clearing, weaving through the cornfield and down the hill toward the spring. If I could reach it fast enough, if I could just get to the water, I might still make it out alive. My ankle throbbed, but I pushed the pain aside. Maybe I could live, crawl, hell, even roll my way down like a bear. Anything inside was standing there waiting to burn. I staggered forward, the limping, tracking line that had leg behind me. The pain was blind, but the fear was stronger. Bark rained down from above, but laying me on my wings of hair. I bad than out of plans of things going. The fire was deafening. A violent roar that drowned out everything. I reached out.
Yeah, I'm gonna start posting like live streams like this on the weekends. Cause right now I'm sleeping at 8:30 or something. Cause of school.
The world became a blur of orange and black. I covered my face with one arm and hurled myself through the wall of fire. For a second, I felt the
Dog
flames
day?
lick my
Okay, I will draw him.
The stench of burning cotton and hair through my nostrils.
I'll draw him after this drawing really quickly.
Fear.
So I think the drawing looks nice. Let me just go to the next page.
Cornfield rolls.
What is he?
My clothes. My vision swam.
Should I draw the cartoon version or the game version?
Thickest tar suffocating me from under.
Who's Cuckoo?
I tried to get off. My ankle screamed with every step, but I forced myself forward, half limping, half crawling down the narrow
Oh, the game version? Okay. Just I'm gonna draw Cuckoo after this drawing.
chance. I punched myself harder, tasting blood and ash in my mouth into the ground, but finally gave way beneath me.
This I really terrible at drawing arms.
Nerds and broken stalks. Rolling up
This and following in this shows on the side.
stringing swallowed me whole. Hissing as the fire on my clothes died out in bursts of steam.
And just add this chain thing.
Listening up the hill, and how bad my burns were from running through the fire. But I was alive, but somehow.
I think I'm gonna remove this one.
But I couldn't stay down.
Okay.
Yeah, so let it make it safety. As I
Wait,
looked
where
forward,
we this
dragging through my body,
looks
my hand brushed
good.
my knees and looked at my elbow.
Okay, click.
And suddenly the slight ring holding them intact. Relief washed over me, and that tiny
I am trying gravity.
flicker of happiness.
Yeah, I don't know why I started with the arm because this is gonna just make the face a bit harder. I'm gonna do this.
I climbed into my truck, my heart still heavy, and I slipped the key into the ignition.
I think this looks okay.
The pool shuddered with a soft film, and a sudden, almost overwhelming wave of relief washed over me.
Yeah, that looks nice.
I said. I pressed the accelerator a little more, branching onto a wider road that would eventually lead me back toward my
I'm
neighborhood.
gonna rub the part.
Each faltering dip of the asphalt from
Maybe
the
that would be
still marks where drop hole kept me moving.
this.
I took the buffer home from your spacious front yard. I was the house, held the engine and climbed out. Every step a reminder of the night that I had survived. The light in the living room was on. My father was already awake. I knocked hard on the front door 3 times, and then I come out and I
Oh shit.
when I came to, I found myself lying in a hospital bed.
And then I'm gonna rub this part
In my face,
and add his eyes.
covered above me. His bloodshot eyes warm.
This looks much. Yep, that's correct.
Celebrated my eye. He shook his head, his voice soft but firm as he told me not to worry about it. The injuries were worse than I had realized. My both hands were badly scraped and stitched up, and my shoulder dislocated. The burn
Oh my.
across my body, though thankfully not life-threatening, had charred the ends of my hair. The medical staff had to shave the burnt strands away to properly treat my scalp. 2.5 weeks later, the doctors finally said that I was strong enough to go home. When my father came to pick me up, he brought me a clean set of clothes, a styled, oversized
Wait,
shirt,
now I'm
and
gonna draw the signs.
those pants. The first few days back home were strange. The house felt the same yet. Everything in me. I was fragile, cautious.
Draw the zipper. Since I'm not even gonna I'm just gonna draw this line. But I'm gonna draw this.
And a sturdy chair stood beside it for when I needed a rest after short walks. My father hovered more than usual, always close by when I shifted or tried to stand.
I think that looks nice.
Would return small way.
See, that is in red. Oh, no, don't you just like this?
Sometime those would go like rain echoes of
Red.
in my veins. I want to have a over and saw the soft light from
I'm
the
trying.
place.
Do you have a notebook?
Reminds myself that the same
As if you have a notebook, I think a notebook is better.
is that
But if you don't, it's okay. You can use a notebook or paper.
But for now, being always being married. Terrible chill of a hospital room stuff.
It's more red.
There's no question about it either. Maybe he knows that I'm not ready to talk.
You know, was a yellow.
There are nights when I like extremely drenched in sweat, a heavy panic pressing down on my chest.
Sun.
My father rushes in every time, all with big and hand gripping my shoulders until I come back to myself. He says that I talk in my sleep too, calling his name, calling my brothers, begging them to check the windows and doors and make sure that everything's fine. But I was lucky. Only all were. But the fire hadn't spread beyond the door. And it didn't smell the rest of the forest in the neighboring farms.
Let me get one of these jeans up here.
That's just where life used to grow. Once the pain in my body dulled,
I think he has a yellow mouth.
like yellow. There were no crops to sell them.
Let me just use this. Kind of. This is red. No. This.
I don't want to measure up the lose the sun. I know.
It's dark orange. This is a normal orange.
It's not that you like an open wound.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw Hugging Lee after. But I think that's the last request they can do because I need to go.
Back to the cornfield during my first week in the hospital to see if anything could be salvaged. Record of every house. They found nothing worth keeping. My rifle, my phone, my chest were charred and they go beyond recognition. No shapes of what they once were. Strange, so you think
Now I think there's browns actually. And that's
it's great birds. It's rusted necklaces and buttons half buried in it. Even a dark red with the yo-yos. How did those things end up there? Were there others in the fire with me? Where are they? What happened to them? Where did they go?
okay. I already drove Carnac. It is.
I more knockbacks. Deep down, I think that I already know the answer. Because that night, right before I forced myself to the wall of flame, I saw
He is coming out very vividly.
as the thing moved across the cornfield trying to escape the fire, its form began to shaft. Just for a moment, a flicker between the smoke and the light. Clearly, if that's what the real horror had been. It wasn't just a formless shadow. Long black hairs reaching out to them and smoky back, stretching and clawing as if fighting with
Hey,
free.
Nick.
They didn't move like human limbs. They twisted and bent, forced in on themselves before vanishing back into the darkness, only to reappear elsewhere.
Oh, his nightmare form. Okay, sure. I can draw that.
I heard that. The screams.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw Hugging Lee next. The nightmare has up next after him. So that's all.
Women and children. Cries that rose above the roar of the flames, piercing and unearthly, echoing through the burning field until the night itself seemed to wail with them.
Okay, with the knife. Maker. Damn, what I be doing? Hello.
Imagine there was more of you.
On this one.
To your team, from easy online payroll and benefits to expert HR advice, we give you more of
Ah. Let's go like this. Where's the red? Here. Okay, so done with this one. Now, you wanna be your nightmare kidnapper, right?
Up into your head, slapping it against his leg. I dropped the cord before it was over. I know what the moisture level is. Plus, the machine check tape. Back in the
Oh my gosh, it's stop. No, it's like this.
I can put another camera.
Okay. Focus camera. Look at this. Why is the camera not focusing?
You don't know how tough it's been for us. You don't
Wait,
know
what? It's the most active live? Gosh.
If you want to try the Grainco elevator, they might give you a better level.
Do I think it goes like this?
Wes shook his head. I'll cross to the gas gun and close the remote key into the bar.
Where's the hug you want to next?
Oh, God.
3 Wi-Fi. Okay. I'm gonna check it out. Try finishing this full stream because
The price is Wes. I will.
Yep.
Wish that I could stay in this and then do. The aging farmer pays. Fumbling to himself today. Tried to shake most of it.
what I'll check. Remove this line.
Moderate compared to others. One guy took a swing at me. Truth was.
Okay. And then I think you go like
Company I worked for wanted to maximize profits by shortchanging farmers. Every night I stared into the eye.
something like this.
Stayed at high school. I was a force multiplier for misery. Oh, Jesus Christ, this crown of thorns. What fun that was. Figure something. I'm sorry, Wes. Truly. He waves me off. I don't want to hear it. Take it. I'll be in my truck. He slammed the doors and got it rattled the windows and got small knickknacks off my jacket. As soon as he stormed off, my boss office door opened. You gone?
What do you mean? I mean, people are moving on to like new live streams. That's what is happening right now.
Mark out loud, David. Oh, thank God you back.
I think you are because on my side it says that there's only one person in the live chat stream right now.
I assumed that he'd have been away with it. I clearly was wrong. Accommodate parents around here. He is decent. And he isn't alone. I've heard it all night. Love the new raids. Very sad. Staring through the blinds. Other form of rock. One roof in my ears, diaper in my feet.
No, there's nobody.
Where I could study in peace. The night shift at the grain elevator would be the perfect spot for me.
There is a Saturday. What do you mean by that? Oh, yeah. Welcome back.
The morning, still worth a glance, though. And player now. I think they're tighter than unplayable. Just seems like the problem. The price changed and wrecked everybody down the line. And bad companies.
Okay, now I think I'm gonna shoot this like gray. Because I make camera is gray.
What should I tell him?
Just element and hue here. Yep, I think so. Now I'm gonna try to make the body. I think it goes like oh my god. Oh,
We gotta take the browse to the school. It's about the slow musky in here. It's gonna have nothing to do with what corn.
Yeah, I'm done. Who should you draw next? Think you draw whatever comes to your mind.
And clear stuff moving to the bathroom with your words. And Bruce
Like
is
a
out.
stag.
I set up my hoodie as soon as I got up.
I'm drawing. I did draw Catnap and his friend smiling faces, and I draw Hayogi since 2024. Okay. Then I think you should draw. My gosh, I don't have any ideas, but I have to think of one.
He parked his rig over the dump gate and was in the process.
Try drawing the character that's on your profile. I think.
Nicole the help to extinguish his fury. The man was more.
Yeah, sure.
Instead of feeding. That thing. My hands get so chapped that they bleed. Even with well thought.
And then make the skeleton legs.
Smile and his shoulders dropped. His eyes went to the ground, and the night is long as that escaping. Before breaking them up. Well, sorry about it there.
See, the legs are going to be a bit difficult because they're so short.
I get it. So many callers have got for me lately, but I'm starting to wonder if your baby dad has agreed to help. I'm not a God fearing phone.
Hey, that looks nice.
And I said,
Cat has skeleton legs. Did I mention you have a cat? I have some, but took it away from me.
worst fades, but I need disappointing foes. They raise the moisture level barrier. I'll try. Mine. What's that? I can't bring blood from the gosh darn stone. I can squeeze them. I can squeeze too hard to break the rock. You're right. I should have sold the farm last year. What's that? I'm so more important word. Oh, I'm not happy about
I
you.
think this looks nice in the prototype.
That man has his finger in his eyes and make him all wise. How do that?
Here
What's fine with his hand?
at the final touches, which is a tail. Actually, I still have two more limbs to draw.
Sorry about that. I sound I'm out of your shoulder.
And the skeletons looks
What's wrong with saying some turned away? But the way it's here, but I wasn't gonna call it. Great. You want to find it off? Yes, sir. Very forward.
yeah, I don't know about it.
Well, that wasn't the corn kernels filled the night air. A grain of a bitter is exactly what it sounds like. Farmers park their trucks over and grade. Let the seeds fall into a pit or a bell within a platform drags the corn up to the top of the silo. Elevator has 16 silos outside.